Hi, I'm Andy Munitz, Training Manager for Sony Broadcast.
And I am Juan Martinez, Senior Product Manager for Sony Broadcast and Professional AV Products.
So, welcome to our virtual tech suite. You know, at our big trade shows, many times we have private suites where we can show off some things that are about to get introduced. And to match this format, let me again welcome you to our virtual version of a tech suite. So Juan, recently we made some pretty big announcements about a couple of new camera models in our NXCAM EX series, the PMW EX1R and the PMW 350. But I hear that you have some pretty cool news of your own. So what's up?
Well, thanks, Andy. Today, we're introducing a new family of products that we at Sony Broadcast and Professional call NXCAM. NXCAM is a truly professional family of products that completely supports the AVCHD format in all its bit rates and resolutions. This means it records video at a rate from as low as 5 megabits per second for incredibly long record times, all the way up to 24 megabits per second for the highest quality. As you may know, AVCHD is a highly efficient long-up codec based on the MPEG-4 standard, itself an outgrowth of the MPEG family of codecs. And we're proud of the fact that Sony has the most experience in the industry with long-up file formats. Long-up MPEG delivers high picture quality at modest bit rates for long record times and smaller file size. Today, most major NLEs natively edit long-up MPEG even on computers with moderate CPU power. We've always felt that the real world of professional and broadcast video is not simply black and white, that different solutions are best for different applications. To this point, we continue to recognize the requirements for some for an instant archival solution in a workflow that both HDV tape and NXCAM AVCHD optical media continue to provide, while still offering a file-based solution for editing. But more specifically, AVCHD in our NXCAM workflow offers higher efficiencies, but to some degree with the trade-off of having a more complex codec for the computer processor to deal with. We've always said that for the professional world, we'd wait to introduce AVCHD-based products until the time was right, when average computer editing tools could make the entire workflow work for our customers, without the additional cost of high-end computer workstations or hardware accelerators.
Great, understood. So that brief explanation of the design philosophy of our new NXCAM product family sets the stage nicely for many products to come. But can you tell us a little bit more about the camera that we're showing off today?
Absolutely. As I mentioned, NXCAM is all about creating professional tools with serious professional features. Our first model shares the Sony G-Lens and Exmor sensors with the HVR-C5U, but with signal processing and features specific to the AVCHD format. But before talking about the codec specifically, I wanted to first discuss how important it is to think about what happens before the codec. People can forget that the quality of the signal you present to a compression engine is many times far more important than the codec itself. In other words, how good is the glass, the imagers, the DSP of the camera, etc. What's at the front of the chain has a big impact on everything that happens downstream. As you know, the codec cannot improve sensitivity or recreate missing resolution. Sony is the world's largest manufacturer of imagers. To overcome the limitations that hinder traditional 1/3-inch HD sensor designs, we developed completely new HD imager technology. We did this with the Exmor sensor and ClearVid pixel array. This new sensor delivers high resolution and light sensitivity with low noise, even at high frame rates. Now, if you match these sensors with our new Sony G-series lens, you have a very powerful front end to help create this magical new NXCAM camcorder. Of course, the camera can shoot in full raster 1080, 24p, 30p, 60i, and 720 60p. As we wanted everything on this camcorder to be full HD compliant, we also put in a backlit LED high-resolution LCD screen with over 1.2 million pixels. If you compare that to many of the other smaller cameras on the market with standard definition 4x3 flip-out displays, with only about 260,000 pixels, that's a pretty big difference. We've also put our latest LCOS viewfinder on this model for sharp and beautiful high-resolution eyepiece images as well. We also thought seriously about the audio on this camera and gave it the ability to record not only in the traditional compressed Dolby PCM AC3 mode, but also gave it the ability to record in the format's highest quality audio mode, LPCM or linear PCM, something demanded by professionals who really know. Without great audio, beautiful pictures don't have as much impact. So this is a huge benefit. In terms of connectors, we of course added HDMI as well as fully professional 10-bit HDSDI and a unique timecode in and out jack. And when it comes to capturing and storing the AVCHD files to media, this camera offers two choices. The first uses removable Sony memory media, which are currently available in up to 32 gigabyte capacity. But note that the camcorder has two slots for these sticks, allowing for easy swapping of additional media for long shoots. But the really great media storage option is provided by a new 128 gigabyte solid-state drive that simply slides and clips onto the side of the camcorder. And if you like, this module can easily be removed and simply hooked up and powered by your computer via USB, where you can do a very easy download of files for further editing.
Juan, I gotta tell you that when you loaned me the camera to play with a couple of weeks ago, besides the beautiful images it made, this memory module was one of the things that blew me away. It holds up to about 11 hours of video at the highest bit rate. I didn't have to worry about card wrangling or anything. I just kept shooting, like for days, and dumping the files off to my hard drive was a wonderful thing. And besides the great feel of the camcorder and the gorgeous images it captured, the next part of the workflow really knocked me out even more. I've been using the latest version of our Sony Vegas Pro 9 editing software, and I simply brought the files up on the Vegas timeline and edited them natively. I'm talking natively with no transcoding necessary. And I was only using my Sony Vaio Z-Series laptop, which has a Core 2 Duo P9500 processor in it, and away I went. Sure, more power would allow more streams to run at the same time, but I was moving right along on a laptop. And then the really great thing was that I took the files, rendered right off the Vegas timeline, and because I have a Blu-ray burner in my Vaio, I burned a Blu-ray disc right on my laptop. And I'm here to tell you that the images looked stunning, and the audio was pristine. I mean, fantastic. Of course, the images you've been viewing, oh, and by the way, we're even using the NXCAM camcorder to capture this presentation, have been recompressed even further for web viewing. So what you're seeing is not really as good as what I ended up with, but I'll tell you that I was knocked out with a quality that I could now play back off of a Blu-ray disc in a PS3 or even a Sony consumer Blu-ray player.
I'm happy you had fun with it.
By the way, as I understand it, Adobe can also edit the native files on their timeline.
That's right. Well, we can't tell you everything about that camcorder at this point, but I will say that we expect to be shipping these early next year. And of course, stay tuned for more details.
So there you are, just like being in a real private tech suite at NAB. For sure though, Juan, thanks for the information, really exciting stuff. And to you watching, thanks for taking the time, and enjoy the rest of the show.